November 15th, halfway through November already. So today we are going to run some corn, and then we're probably going to switch to double crops. We still have 300 acres of corn to go. The field we're going to finish up is a 120 acre field that we did 75 acres. We have there's about 50 acres left of this field. We're going to do it this morning and then switch to double crops. We've got rain coming in 3 days. Like I've said before, that corn is very gettable after the rain. The double crop beans, not so much. So that's the plan. First thing this morning, I'm going to take a couple of the loads from last night to Cargill because, like I've said before, we are short on space. So this corn was just about dry. It was 16%. So we're just going to take this straight to Cargill. And then when I come back, if Dad's not about to start, I'm going to try to get some loads out of another bin. We will not be coming back in here. There's trucks everywhere. Probably because everyone's doing what I'm doing, trying to make space to run all weekend because they're only open until 4. Perfect. So when you pull into Cargill in Chillicothe, and I think most of them are this way, you got this little tag hanging in your window, and that scanner, where is the scanner? Is it that one? Yeah, that one scans that tag when you pull under there, and there's one over there too, I guess, and it instantly knows what your last truckload did, and it just automatically records the truckload you're in to go the same way. So if you were hauling in on a contract, on their computer system it says Brown Family Farms contract, this load would go that way. Or if you were just selling cash, it would just automatically do that. So when you need to change what you're doing with a truckload, so for example, we were selling, because the market was up last week, it's down today, or yesterday. This is the weekend, so the market's not open, so you're still getting that down price from yesterday. I put it on what's called free time. So to change that, I call the scale house and tell them, and they punch it in their little computer. Now anything else I haul in here will just go Brown Family Farms free time. Now free time is basically where you have one Friday to price that grain. Today's Saturday. By next Friday we've got to either price that grain, we got to do something with that grain, or they're going to start charging you delayed pricing, which is not cheap. So yeah, that's how it works in here. There's quite the line now. So when you come in here and there's a line like that, you just go to the shortest line. So lines 1 through 3 are corn, maybe 1 through 4, and the rest of them are beans. I see a bean truck behind another truck, but bean line 6 is open. He should have went to bean line 6, because if someone else pulls into bean line 6, that guy's going to get on the scale before that other fella. I know people get very upset about cutting in line at the elevator. Since they went to the light system like that, it's actually a lot simpler. You just go to the simplest or shortest line, and then you follow your light. No one can really cut you then. You're following the lights. Starting to see a lot more of the EB trailers. Have no experience with them. We've always had Tempe's, but sometime in the next 5 years, we're probably going to start replacing some trailers. All of ours are getting some age to them. So, anybody having bad luck, good luck? What kind of luck you having with the EBs? Because the EB dealer is a lot closer, and they used to be our Tempe dealer. 30 bushel of shrink on 16.6. That makes sense to me. All right, so Dad just gave me a ride back to get the other semi, and he's wanting to keep on corn. So we're gonna run corn till we run out of room again. That's going to be a problem, I'd say, because we're doing good corn, like 200 plus bushel, 220, 230, 40 bushel corn. We've got 150 acres of it, or 130 acres of it. Let's do some quick math here. We're going to run out of space way before we get done. We're about to start, so it'd be early enough we could easily do 130 in a good day, I think, at the speed he's running. We got my father-in-law, Jim, not Jeff, we got Jim. They're brothers, they look alike today, so plenty of trucking, but 130 acres. Let's just go ahead and say it's going to make 225. That's 29,250 bushel. The field we're going to is averaging 240, so let's say it's over 30,000 bushels. So I don't know if we don't have that much space. We don't want to get in a predicament where the trucks can't get empty, because then we can't run double crops tomorrow because Cargill is closed. So while I'm waiting on Dad and BJ to get started, I want to actually top off some grain bins. Buy us a little bit more space. Not much, but maybe we can get a couple more 1,000 bushel of space in the bin that the dryer is running into. The holding bin's pretty close to empty, but it's about to be not. That's the dry bin. I want to transfer grain out of that bin into this big bin because our dryer won't reach it. Got some time to do that. We should be able to hold about 2,000 bushel in it. So we're going to do that now. Now here very soon I'm going to have to climb up there because there's not a lot of space up there, but it's also going to take a little bit of time to top it off. This is what makes a leg very nice. Before we had the leg, we would do stuff like this sometimes, and you're using trucks to transfer grain. It was a real pain in the butt. I also need to get a bin filth level on this bin, so we're gonna go check it, and then we'll update our window. This one's pretty close. Probably get one more truck in there at most. Here's a fun fact for you. Last year that lid blew open. The thing was real loose, the latch, and we actually had a buzzard nest in that bin. Luckily we had pulled the sweep pulled it down to the sweep. But when we went in there to clean it out, there was a buzzard nest inside the bin. Fun times. First time that one had happened. We're just gonna hang out up here for a little bit. I thought it'd be kind of neat to show you guys our GSI Connect so we can control our dryer from our cell phone, which today is going to be pretty handy because we're going to be up against the dryer and I need to make sure that dryer is running constantly. A lot of times when our dryer kicks off, it's because we're out of gas or something along those lines. We need to switch gas tanks. And with that being on my phone and on Dad's phone, we can monitor that, you know, without being here, which is pretty handy. So I'll run you guys through that. I'll do a little voiceover and we'll go through the app right now. So here you can see what I see on my cell phone whenever I open my app. One thing I really like about it is to be able to glance at the dryer from anywhere, as long as I have cell signal, and see exactly what's happening. I can see that everything's running. I can see the temperatures we're at. I can see how many bushels per hour we're running. I can make some adjustments to the dryer. Basically, the only thing I cannot do with this is start the dryer once it's been stopped, which I believe is for safety reasons. You can also see all your logs and all that kind of stuff. So very helpful, especially when you're drying corn and you're not present at the location. I think that's enough transferring. Down we go, we'll shut her down, and then we'll just head to the field. And it looks like the first truckload's done. One down and back truckload. Now it's a long pass, but like I said, it's good corn, so that's also a plus. Now it's supposed to get to 70 degrees today, which I assume is why, but I am covered in ladybugs. Completely covered in them. They're in my shirt. I can feel them in my jeans. I don't like it, and they stink. Load number one of the day. Hopefully we can get 20 to 25 before we're full. I don't know. It's gonna be close.
Hey, good morning, everybody. Back shell corn down in the bottoms. It's good corn. I don't know, 50 acres or so. Try to finish it up here today. Should get done. Get moved on up the road a little ways the bottoms. Ours, 80 acres up there a little over. Hopefully get some of that knocked out. See how it goes. Corn's nice and healthy. Those from the fungicide, Mirvis Neo. Don't put on it, Brian or BJ sprayed. seed salt's 1135, which is, I think, a new corn. It's been good for us. Probably one of the better corns. Looks like it does good, real good in its bottoms. Combine run good. I hope it don't jinx it, knock on wood. Eat corn, I know that. It don't eat corn when everything runs good. Yeah, there's a 47, 48, 5,000 bushel or so. Running about 5 miles an hour, a little more. The loss is good. When it turns yellow, when it's losing some. Bouncing around is not bad at all. Just we've looked and it's pretty clean out there. Doing a good job. Got this little more cop in the bend unlike, but we run this fast. I don't think it makes any difference. I've slowed down, tried it too. It didn't make much difference. I don't want to close it up much more. Corn's clean, really does. I was surprised that late as I post sprayed it, but it was pretty clean to begin with. But we've always had down in the bottom some wild cucumber and very little down here along the woods. So I don't know if it's just late spraying or later spraying or just a year. Usually we've got a lot of rain when you have them. Well, I sprayed this late because of all the rain we've had, and didn't get any 28 on it. It was late too, so I dressed it. This is where I had to pull out and dump. I had to break through. There comes Mason. Well, he ain't driving now. His dad let him drive there a while ago. He thinks he's big stuff driving the grain cart. But he wants to drive the combine next, so I don't know. He wants to take over my job. There we're full. Yellow light comes on solid. This means it's full. About 400 bushels. I'm getting 425, but you can't. You gotta watch it run over. Dry as it is, won't pile up. Just runs like water. See the scoreboard there, counting how many pounds I put in. He was empty. Looked like.
So we're gonna change our distributor. We're gonna put this load in our bin that the dryer's dumped into, just to give us a little bit more space in the wet bin. We're dumping corn that is 13.5 to 14.5% out of the dryer. So me dumping this 17% corn into that bin, it'll blend in there real well. All right, everything's updated. Now, that looks like we only got 8,000 bushels of storage, but that's a 20,000 bushel holding, or 25,000 bushel holding bin. It's pretty empty.
Brian put the app on my, he put the app on my phone where I can see what the dryer's doing, and I can get that red button that'll stop, see what it's doing. Kind of neat. Which I had it the other night when I go home at night, then I can see what it's doing. See, it's hard to dry out 17% corn, 18. It has to run through so fast. And it's coming out, looks like 14, which is too dry. But we're putting wet in there some, so it'll kind of even out what we hope it should. Plus it's a little warm when it goes to bed, so that'll help dry that wet corn out. It looks like they're back. Must be wanting to dump again. We'll dump it on up here, we'll dump. About a round is pretty well a load.
They're getting after it. Big field, it does not take long. Yesterday, me and Jeff were trucking farther, and we were able to keep up with 2 trucks just fine. But this corn's 100 bushel better, so 100 bushel better, big rows. It's a chore for 2 guys and 3 trucks to keep up here. I got trucks loaded waiting on me. There's going to be half a load on that cart after he dumps onto it. We're moving. Good problem to have, good problem to have. This is a change. I'm waiting on them. BJ said that when he was going to load me, he was only at 50,000, which is a lot lighter than we usually send trucks. We usually try to send them with at least 1,000 bushel. That would be like 900. So now he has 76,000 pounds on. Now that won't all fit on this truck. A good time to check our dryer. Make sure we're still moving grain. We are. By God, we are. She is still running. Now, one thing that's also nice about this, say I wanted to stop the dryer, like if, like at 3 o'clock, for example, I have a note to go check the bin level of the dry bin. Say I get stuck out here working on a combine or something and it's 3:30, I could click that button right there. The dryer will shut off, which would be handy if I thought I was about to overfill it. So they're not stopped because they're waiting on an empty truck. We DoorDash some lunch to the shop and I've got it all in the truck here. That'll stop them in their tracks. Only 15 acres left of this field and maybe 10. We're in the shorter rows now, so we're gonna be moving right up the driveway to an 80-acre field, and that's the last big field. After that, we're down to 25-acre fields. There's vinegar and ketchup.
Well, I got something to eat today. Brian brought something. Bin station. Pizza sub's pretty good. Fries, Pepsi, real good. I don't believe I've ever had the pizza sub, but it's good.
Checking my indicators. Once those start filling up, it's kind of gonna be dicey on how long we can go. We haven't caught it yet. So they just finished the field. Happened to glance up and our yellow indicator right there is on. So we're starting to catch the bin. We will not have enough space to complete the 80 acres that we're moving to. Got about 7,500 bushel worth of space in that bin probably. We're moving fields. When we get back, I'm going to check the dry bin to see how much more we can transfer into it from the wet bin in the dryer. And it's running right now, so we are kind of making space constantly, but we're putting it in faster and we're taking it out. We're harvesting, we're dumping like 3,500 bushels an hour is what we're actually dumping based on the times on the charts and everything. And we're only drying 1,000, so we are catching it. And I don't think we have all that much space in that dry bin. So while we're moving, Jim's taking a truck to the field right now. I'm gonna pick him up in my pickup truck, take him to the last loaded truck, and then when we come back, I'll have an empty truck ready to go. Usually when you first get started on a new field, you're not super quick to get a truckload. So they are moved to the next farm and almost got a load off it while I'm waiting. We're not behind yet at all. I'm going to check that bin there. See how much we can squeeze into her. Hoping we can hold a little bit more in this one. If I can let that dryer run for a couple more hours, that'd be fantastic. I think she's full, Clark. We'll just stop her right there. And it's stopping, so that's good. Glad we checked that because we were about to have a mess. Well, I guess now we can just go. We'll just go till we can't. There's nothing else we can do. Cargo's closed, and what's in that bin's what we got.
Here we are down the other field here, the other bottoms there. Our farm neighbors got theirs off. I think about last week, I think. Got 8 acres here. I don't know how much we do. Brian said we're getting full. 7,000 or 8,000 bushels about it, so I don't know. Pretty decent corn. So there's some dry spots out in it, gravelly.
So So we're not very far from the grain bins, probably like 4 miles. We got like a 1.5 mile drive on this gravel driveway. It probably takes longer to get back to the driveway than it does to get back from the bins to the driveway. Well, I guess that's a good moisture to top that bin off with. So when we finish up for the day, we're still going to have like 190 or 180 acres of corn left. So tomorrow we're going to switch to double crop beans. That's the plan, I believe. And while that's happening, we've got a couple old small bins at the other grain site that are empty. So we're going to try to get one of those ready. And then Monday when Cargill opens, we're going to core some bins here and then top them back off. But we're running out of space. Oh look, the sun finally came out. Been overcast all day. So we're gonna park because top indicator just came on, so we want to keep the trucks empty. We don't want to have them loaded and tied up because we are going to run beans tomorrow. So I'm waiting for Jim to get back. I'm going to dump that truck and top off the holding bin, make sure we can get everything dumped. Well, doing one truck turned into, basically did an extra truckload, so I don't know where we're going to put that. One of these trucks may remain loaded tomorrow.
Did we get to the field, Dad?
45 acres, 45 acres. Yeah, that's going to be it, I guess. We're full. Filled up. So we might have a load more than we can hold. I don't know. But anyway, there's Brian. So we're going to have about like 35 more than that. 38,000 on the cart. Do something. Hopefully do double crops tomorrow if it ain't raining. Sun shines.
So I asked Dad what we ended up getting done with that field. 45 acres, and we did just a shade over 50 at the other field. So close to 100 acres for the day with light space and whatnot. I'm going to call that a success, and we did that 100 acres in 6 hours. So, 7 hours. So not terrible. Sucks we're out of space because we would have got that field done tonight. That would have been what is that, like a 135 acre day? Would have been pretty nice. Oh guys, that's it for this one. Thanks for watching. If you would do me a favor, thumbs up the video, subscribe to the channel if you haven't. We'll see you in the next one.